fixation plate is fitted to the anatomy of the puncture site and the protective cover of the needle is removed. Shifting or displacement of the vein must be prevented. Depending on the location of the puncture site, it is possible to pull the skin tight along the axis that the puncture will be performed, pull the skin in the opposite direction from which the puncture will be performed, or tighten the skin laterally by taking hold of the arm or hand as shown here. The IV cannula is held with the thumb and forefinger of the hand performing the puncture and is positioned at an angle of 30 to 45 degrees along the axis of the vein. The ring finger and the little finger can be used to provide support. Puncture is made with a vigorous thrust until blood appears in the blood flashback chamber. The IV cannula is then advanced approximately 1 centimeter further at a flatter angle. This ensures that not only the steel needle but also the plastic catheter is fully in place in the vessel. Then the needle is retracted approximately 1 centimeter so that its tip is inside the plastic catheter. This prevents injury to the vessel wall when the catheter is inserted further into the vessel. In addition, this prevents kinking of the elastic plastic catheter. It should be possible to advance the IV cannula without any significant resistance. If resistance is encountered, then an incorrect puncture has been made. Don't forget the tourniquet may now be removed. If the IV cannula is to be in place for a longer period of time, then a small compress may be inserted beneath the fixation plate. Because an IV cannula may remain in place for as long as 3 days, it is important that it is carefully fixated. The steel needle initially remains inside the catheter. This prevents the escape of blood and stabilizes the catheter. The IV cannula should be fixated so that it cannot be pulled out by mistake. It will not kink as a result of movements of the arm, and there will be no mechanical irritation of the vein. There are various materials and methods used for fixation. The simplest is a plaster with a single slit. Fixation with 4 plaster strips is more stable. An alternative is the criss-cross fixation. The steel needle may now be removed. One hand feels for the tip of the catheter and applies pressure with a finger, while the other hand disposes of the steel needle in a needle box. The closure cap of the infusion tube can be easily removed when it is pushed to the side rather than being pulled off. For final fixation,